Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dysconnect. We are using a slightly different format today. So I am looking at an article, and it's about being neurodiverse in prison. It's an issue that's been on my mind for a while, and I've been meaning to cover this. So before I begin, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe on my channel. Help me make my videos spread throughout YouTube and reach other people who may be looking for some advice, needs a bit of guidance, and yes, just some information really. So as always, I am grateful for you being here. So without further ado, let's get into the article. Now, this is from the .gov.uk website, which is our government website, and it reads, dedicated neurodiversity officers are now in place in every public prison in England and Wales to better support offenders away from crime. That's very important. You want to keep offenders away from crime and stop them from reoffending. The specialist staff are tasked with making sure prisoners with neurodiverse needs are identified and can access the right education and training opportunities while in prison, which are crucial to reducing reoffending. And that's very true, because you've got to remember, prison isn't just about punishing lawbreakers. It's about rehabilitating them and reintegrating them back into society, and making sure that they don't reoffend again. Some neurodiverse offenders may have speech and language needs, which can lead to challenging behavior, meaning they struggle to engage with prison rules and rehabilitation programs. Many people who are neurodiverse struggle to express themselves. Sometimes it's hard to put into words what you're feeling, and often that leads to frustration, and it can manifest in so many different ways. Support managers will ensure other prison staff know how to avoid and de-escalate volatile situations when working with offenders that have neurodiverse conditions. It is estimated that up to half of the adult prison population could be considered neurodivergent. That is huge. Half of the prison population could be neurodiverse. That just shows that there's a much wider problem if half the population is neurodiverse. Let's go further into the article. I'm going to skip this part. Lord Chancellor and Secretary of State for Justice Alex Chalk KC says, as a barrister, I've seen firsthand the struggle that offenders with conditions like autism and dyslexia can have in finding or holding down a job that would help them turn their back on crime. It goes back to our talks about routine, being able to have a routine, being able to have something in place, something to keep you focused. All of these are important for those who are neurodivergent, those who, having a routine and a structure helps and can keep you out of trouble. I'm losing my words here. Can keep you out of trouble. So All of this is very, very important. These specialist staff have been deployed across all our public prisons. Not only will they help prisoners become law-abiding members of society, but also make our prisons safer by training officers to avoid and de-escalate outbursts. Which is good. Training is very important. I think that's fantastic. Neurodiversity support managers are also tasked with training staff to support neurodivergent prisoners through practical issues such as helping make those who struggle to read aware of the rules. They will also prepare offenders for interviews and make sure employers are aware of their neurodivergence so that they have a better job prospects and a chance of staying on the straight and narrow. That is fantastic. But I did a little bit of digging into the actual job role itself. And one of my issues is that it seems to be aimed at those who have teachers training. I understand people need help with maths and English and things like that. But they're also looking for those who have special educational needs, who have worked as a special educational needs coordinator. And that's all good, that's really good background to have, and it's fantastic. But I think they should also be looking for people who have had lived experience or who have lived experience of neurodiversity. Why can't someone who has dyspraxia work with someone else who has dyspraxia and obviously have training as well? I think things like that can help rather than having someone who's, a teacher. I think there's a place for teaching, helping with maths and English, but also a neurodiverse person can help prepare young people and even adults in terms of working with them to help them express themselves, express their thoughts, express their feelings without getting frustrated. And that starts with a little bit of understanding. This is something right across the board. But the fact that half of our prisoners may be neurodivergent, it's a wider problem in terms of so many of us are getting kicked out of school. Teachers not having enough patience, not enough training, not enough understanding. More work needs to be done. So I'm glad that prisons are looking at ways of working with those who are neurodivergent. I'm hearing stuff about sensory rooms being installed, which is fantastic. They're debating on using fidget spinners. Personally, I think that's a bad idea in the prison setting. Fidget spinners are good, but I wouldn't use them in a prison setting. Fidget cubes could be an alternative, but we'll see. But I'm glad it's been looked at, but more work needs to be done. Anyway, I just wanted to bring this up to you. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and if you want to see more videos, hit the bell, and I will see you all on the next video. Thank you very much for joining me. Goodbye.